I do want to hear some of his case because it was obviously a case well made. Well, for 8 Republicans. Right. 8 Republicans joined, 202 Democrats. And so, no, more than that. 208 Democrats?
Yeah.
Yeah, 208 Democrats because the final vote was 216 to 210. Anyway, here's what Matt Gaetz had to say.
Gentleman from Florida. Mr. Speaker, my friend from Oklahoma says that my colleagues and I who don't support Kevin McCarthy would plunge the House and the country into chaos. Chaos is Speaker McCarthy. Chaos is somebody who we cannot trust with their word. The one thing that the White House, House Democrats, and many of us on the conservative side of the Republican caucus would argue is that the thing we have in common, Kevin McCarthy said something to all of us at one point or another that he didn't really mean and never intended to live up to. I don't think voting against Kevin McCarthy is chaos. I think $33 trillion in debt is chaos. I think that facing a $2.2 trillion annual deficit is chaos. I think that not passing single subject spending bills is chaos. I think the fact that we have been governed in this country since the mid-90s by continuing resolution and omnibus is chaos. And the way to liberate ourselves from that is a series of reforms to this body that I would hope would outlast Speaker McCarthy's time here, would outlast my time here, and would outlast either of our majorities. Reforms that I have heard some of the most conservative members of this body fight for.
Wow. Yeah. He had a lot to say, and he was very passionate about it. And it won the day, obviously.
Sure did.
I would go a little bit further than the single subject bills. Make them single subject, single page, so that people can read it before they vote on it. How about that? How about we know what it is we're voting for before we vote for it?
How small can the type font be?
Going with 14.
14?
14.
Wow.
That's asking. That's not going to pass.
That's not going to pass. No, it's not. But at least the gist of it should be a page. At least provide them with, here, of course, you got to read the whole thing. Otherwise, you're not going to know the fine print. So, but that was something that at one time, I think it was Rand Paul who proposed that the bills be one page so that they can read it. You know, nobody's going to read a 2,000-page bill.
Not even close. Not going to happen.
Nobody.
Double-spaced, 14 type?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody. Yes, that would be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, let's do it.
I mean, maybe you go down to 12.
12.
Okay.
Wow.
Maybe you go down to 12.
Well, then you got to start getting your spectacles out.
You may get someone to agree on a 6, but that's maybe 8. You're not getting 12.
I think the 8's the smallest you can go.
Yeah,
8's the smallest.
We're talking about the government here. They'll go down as small as
It'd go down to 1 if it's a government thing. And they'd make it so small that you'd have like
it was right there in the bill.
84,000
That's what you
words.
voted for. You didn't see that? It was right there. Boy, somebody who was really intently watching Matt Gaetz yesterday.
Oh, no doubt.
Ilhan Omar.
Oh, yeah.
This is fascinating.
Mr. Speaker, I think I've caught the signal, too.
Yeah.
The signal is for $33 trillion in debt, facing $2.2 trillion annual deficits. And our fellow Americans may be watching, wondering, how does that happen? How does the greatest country in the world have a process so broad?
Yeah.
How?
Now, I don't care what he was
digging
saying.
what he was saying.
She was definitely
she was picking up what he was putting down.
Definitely was that.
Play what Chris sent us in, the Ilhan Omar lick cam.
The signal is for $33 trillion in debt, facing $2.2 trillion annual deficits. And our fellow Americans may be watching, wondering, how does that happen?
That's right,
how does the greatest country in the world
That's what I'm
have
talking
a process so broad?
She was into some Matt Gaetz.
You are lying. You are lying. She was thinking, he's not my brother, but
He's not my brother. He's not my brother husband, but man, he's hot.
Good one.
Yep.
That was funny stuff
Nice.
right there.
That really was.
Okay, what would you say? She tweeted something?
She did. She responded to all this.
Ilhan Omar did?
Oh, we got it?
Yep.
Cope and see. Okay.
What?
I don't understand.
Cope?
What did she...
And seethe? That's what she was doing?
Last week, this week. What is the point she's trying to make?
I thought you guys would know since you guys speak English.
Let's see. Last week she's talking to him. This week
She's licking.
okay.
Okay.
I don't see her in the right shot though. She cropped herself out or what?
Don't understand it, but okay.